Hi, it's Daryl, Judy, Washington Fine Properties, and I'm in my hometown of Washington, D.C. I'm in Capitol Hill, and what's it like to live in Capitol Hill? What's it like to experience an everyday life in Capitol Hill? You probably came here when you were in elementary school, a field trip, and you went on a bus and you saw the National Mall, and maybe you saw Smithsonian exhibits, but there's so much more to Capitol Hill than just the tourist attractions. Capitol Hill is all the neighborhood that's really a little bit due east of the Capitol. I'm walking towards the Capitol now. You can see the Library of Congress behind me. The Supreme Court is just this way. But the people who live on Capitol Hill enjoy looking at those sites on the drive to work or on the walk to work or on the run. But there's so much more to Capitol Hill than just tourism. And I want to share a little bit what it's like to live on Capitol Hill. If you lived in this neighborhood, Capitol Hill, C-A-P-I-T-O-L, not A-L, Capitol Hill, you'd find that it has some of the richest architecture in all of Washington, D.C. It's the largest historic neighborhood in the entire city, and most of it's built after Civil War. So you'll find architecture, Federal, Queen Anne, Victorian, but really it's beautiful architecture, it's tree-lined streets, it is parks, it is cobblestone, there are brick lanes, brick alleys, brick sidewalks. It is really a magnificent neighborhood. And the other thing that's unique about it is most of the homes here are houses. It's got the largest inventory of houses in one gathering. There's not a lot of condos. So throughout the city, we have a lot of things that have condos all over. This is really about houses, fee simple houses. So it helps to create an amazing community. After work, you're gonna see there's all kinds of people who are here. There are younger people who are single, people who are working on the Hill. There are couples, there's children, baby buggies everywhere, there's empty nesters. It's such a wide variety of people who live on Capitol Hill, and they love it. The one thing I would say about Capitol Hill is it is truly one of those neighborhoods that has that identity. There's people that come to Capitol Hill and they never move anywhere else. It's their love, and their friends are here. And it's an amazing space. Whether you're walking through Eastern Market, whether you're running on the park, the National Mall after work, it is a real sense of community. There's restaurants, there's the H Street corridor, which sounds very close to the 8th Street corridor. So there's H and 8th, and there's lots of places to eat, drink, there's restaurants, there are grocery stores. So if you lived on Capitol Hill, you'd have a real sense of community with great schools, neighborhoods, the parks, but you're so close to Capitol itself. And the other thing that's kind of a misnomer is they believe, not they, a lot of people believe that if you live on Capitol Hill, you must be a staffer. You must work on Congress, you must be at the Senate. Surely there is that goes on, but that's not everything. It's really people who live in a neighborhood they love that feels warm and inviting, and it's a great place to live. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of Capitol Hill. We'll do some footage, but Capitol Hill is an amazing, green, beautiful, architecturally significant, a loving community with a lot to offer. And I can't wait to share Capitol Hill with you. I'm sure everybody has their Capitol Hill story or one of their favorite things. Capitol Hill not only is the seat of our government, it's where the House of Representatives and Senate is, but I think about it in so many other things. I think about all of the AIDS quilts that were here. I think about all of the breast cancer walks that have happened. I think about the marathons that are run through here. I think about the kite festival. There's so much that's on this land and on the other side that's key to who we are as a city and a nation. So I'm sure that you have come and had your experiences, but when you live here, there's everyday things, weekend things. I mentioned the kite festival, there's food festivals, there's music festivals, there's art situations that are going on. I love when my clients who buy houses here, they tell me about, oh my gosh, I had such a stressful day and I went for a run and I ran down around the park. It's so beautiful, it doesn't get old. So it's great if you can take a run after work. Maybe your thing is soccer. And you can go to Audi Field. We have a brand new soccer stadium that you can actually walk to. We have one of the most beautiful baseball stadiums that you can walk to. And if baseball's not your thing, and they are world champions, you can walk this direction and you can get to see the Caps play, because that's in walking distance as well. So a lot of the sporting events are really centered around Capitol Hill. What else would you do if you lived here? We've got beautiful parks, the streets are tree lined, The schools are great. There's all kinds of neighborhood situations that are going on. They have neighborhood block parties. There are Halloween parades. It is really a community. And I think that there are people, when they come to Capitol Hill, they never leave Capitol Hill as long as they live in DC. So if you lived here, it'd be great to not only take in all the things that happen in National Mall, but as a community, all the offerings. So I love going to Mr. Henry's. It's been here forever and ever and ever, right? It's an institution. Maybe you want something that's a little bit more fancy, like pineapples and pearls. Maybe it's a quick little breakfast like Ted's Bulletin. Or maybe it's Belga Cafe if you want really good mussels. There's all kinds of things for all kinds of appetites. So whether you're gonna be on the 8th Street side or the 8th Street side, or you're walking to Penn Quarter from here, everything's in walking distance. Ballpark, Caps game, Georgetown, you really are in the center of everything when you live in Capitol Hill. I'm standing in front of the home of the Supreme Court Justices, Supreme Court, the most powerful people in the United States. But I want to talk about some other homes. The homes in Capitol Hill are thriving. It's been one of the hottest, and I hate to say hottest, but it's true. It's been one of the hottest neighborhoods this year and for the past several years. In fact, over the past 10 years, the average sales price has doubled. If I went back and I looked 10 years ago at a fee simple house, meaning it's a house by itself, not a condo or co-op, the average would be somewhere between like $640 to $670. Today, the average sales price in the past 6 months has been about $1.25. So if you purchased here, it would be a great investment. The numbers still keep going up because the demand's so great. And part of the reason is the neighborhood has really been restored. We've got the restaurants that we were missing before. We have more grocery stores that we're missing. But it's also people realize the architecture, how special it is, and the beauty of urban living and the walkability of the neighborhood. I, by no means, know everything about Capitol Hill, but I know a lot about it, and I'll just share more. So if you're interested in Capitol Hill, or what it'd be like to live in DC, or Capitol Hill, or Eastern Market, or closer to Hill East, or wherever it is, I'd love for you to call me, email me, direct message me, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram at Daryl Judy. I would love to help you find your home on Capitol Hill.